I did God's work and asked the boys on my Instagram stories to send me in their insecurities. So, in no particular order, this is insecurities guys have that girls really don't care about. First on the list is the common Zizel. I feel like Ziz and Arnie and many other bodybuilders set the tone for guys to have washboard abs in order to get girls. Here's a nice little reality check for you. Only 2% of the entire population actually have abs. And yeah, it might be aesthetic, but girls know gym lads live and breathe the gym and would likely prioritise going to the gym over spending time with them. This is just one of the reasons why the dad bod and love handles are attractive. Another reason is you're way better to cuddle with and it's much more comfortable to fall asleep on you. Number 2, emotional damage. I've mentioned this in a video before, but girls actually love when you're open and vulnerable with them. I know guys are told not to be emotional and to deal with things themselves, but for girls, it's how we deal with things. So when you're emotional and talk to us about how you feel, it makes us feel trusted and a lot closer to you. For all my short kings out there, this one's for you. Yes, I know a lot of girls do have a 6-foot benchmark, but let me ask you this. Who decided that that was a thing? Society. Being shorter does not make you any less of a man. Did Lord Farquaad let his height bring him down? No, he did not. So why are you? P.S. Girls don't have to train their calves every time they want to kiss you. So stay winning. Number 4 is breadwinner. Since time began, there has been this expectation that men need to provide. But earning less than the girl that you're with shouldn't emasculate you. If anything, it's fucking brilliant because you know you're not going to be attracting any gold diggers. And also, you're in your prime time to find your ride or die. Because if she can't love you now, then she doesn't deserve you at your best. I need to explain to you what the boyfriend dick is. I know some of you get insecure about the size of it. But believe me, no girl is looking at a huge one thinking, I can really see myself being penetrated with this for the foreseeable. Because it's massively overhyped and not enjoyable. So if you're working at this kind of length, not only does that rule out a potential death by choking, also more enjoyable and long-term. Internal combustion was a little bit dramatic for this one, but the speed at which you cross the finish line really isn't as much of a big deal as you think it is. First off, most of the time we're flattered, and as long as you make sure we cross the finish line too, we're good. Lastly, we have flesh wings, which is code for receding hairline. This is exactly why you shouldn't be insecure. Welcome to episode number 2 of Womanpedia, where I decode the female language so you don't have to. You should already know what to do, but make sure you hit save for future reference. Now first up we have I'll be ready in 5 minutes, also universally known as the world's biggest lie. I'll be ready in 5 hours would actually be more appropriate. Never underestimate how long it takes a girl to do a winged eyeliner. Although this isn't new news, I'm surprised women haven't adapted to have Doctor Strange's abilities yet. It would save a lot of lost time. I'm not hungry right now means I can't think of what I possibly want to eat at the moment. So either give me my top 5 cuisines so I can try and choose, or order for yourself and I will suddenly become extremely interested in what it is you're eating. Do I look fat in this is not a trick question, believe it or not. Homegirl wants you to be honest in the nicest way possible, because if you aren't, and then she later finds photos of herself looking a tad bit bloated, you will be held accountable. She's probably just PMSing on a period, bloated, or is feeling insecure and just needs a confidence boost. So tell her she looks good, but she would look unreal in a couple of other options that flatter her figure and she would feel comfortable in. I want us to just take things slow. Surprisingly, actually does what it says on the tin. She's probably unsure about how she feels right now, so doesn't want to rush into anything. And this gives her enough time to figure out if you could be a potential serial killer or not. Understand that no, I have a boyfriend and sorry I have a boyfriend are 2 different things. No, I have a boyfriend is coming from a loyal girl that wants you to get up out of her grill. And sorry I have a boyfriend either means she's a people pleaser and says sorry way too often, or she wouldn't cheat on a boyfriend with you, but she does find you attractive. Because what is she saying sorry for? Setting a boundary? No, surely not. It's giving, if I wasn't in a relationship, I would. So for the girls that say this, and that's not what you mean, please, for the love of God, stop saying sorry. Let's say you're the best friend you're wingmanning, and you're asking her what she thinks about your mate. And she goes, yeah, he's nice. It's a throwaway comment. And she used the most vanilla adjective going to describe this boy, because she's probably never looked at him that way, or she just doesn't know enough about him to add to that comment yet. I say that because it is positive, so you've just got some more groundwork to do. At least she doesn't hate you. Whatever often followed at the end of an argument is how you know you are dealing with an immature, stubborn girl that cannot say sorry. Because that right there means she has nothing left to say. Nothing to snap back with because she knows she's in the wrong. But she has too much pride to admit she was in the wrong and will not accept defeat. It's either that or she's just completely and entirely done with your bullshit and has no more energy to give. Oh, would you look at that? I can see a part 3 at the end of the tunnel, so if you're not following already, make sure you do so you don't miss out. And my podcast page for future learning. Can we please, for the love of God, normalise going to therapy? It has become extremely apparent that there are so many people that fear or cannot open up to their partners. And whilst this isn't necessarily a gendered issue, it's particularly apparent for men. Collectively, as women, we need to do better. Given we all know how difficult it is for men to speak about their feelings, when your man is open and vulnerable with you, understand that he is feeling at his lowest and weakest, and he trusts you with his whole heart to handle with care. Using this against them to be petty at a time of anger is a huge part of the problem and just continues the cycle. Hurt people hurt people. Now, that being said, there is no person in this world that does not come with some form of baggage. Everyone has their own trauma and inner demons that they're dealing with, whether they know that or not. And whilst I understand this might make you wary, it is not fair to take this out on innocent people who have not done you wrong. The longer you take to address this past trauma, and the more you suppress those thoughts and feelings, the longer it takes you to grow as a person and realise the harm you're unknowingly causing to others. It is no one's responsibility but your own to try and heal your trauma. If you feel as though you cannot open up and be emotionally vulnerable with your partner, either you're with the wrong partner or you should seek therapy. And whilst this might be a big taboo word to some, speaking to a third party who is not directly involved in order to understand yourself better is nothing to be afraid of. It's not slapping a label on your head that screams there's something wrong with me. That uncomfortable feeling is just you facing your fear and leaving your comfort zone. Psst! If you're in the doghouse or your relationship's in rocky waters, listen to this and click save because you are definitely gonna need it. This is how to keep your girl happy. Sadly, this first point does not detail the 2012 banger from Flume and Chet Faker. Instead, it's me trying to figure out at which point you decided to drop the game and stop putting the effort in. Because the math isn't mathin'. And while we're on the topic, what happened to those goals and aspirations of yours? Reminder of the man she fell for in the beginning, and stay winning. Number 2, we have romance isn't dead. Now, I don't know about you, but I can't think of a single girl that is going to say no to flowers. I mean, unless she's allergic. If you don't already know, which you absolutely should, find out her favourite flower and just get her some out of the blue for no apparent reason. Oh, and life hack, save one of the flowers for yourself, put it in water, and when it dies, you know when to get her new ones. Also know a lot of girls are hopeless romantics. You could write the same thing in a text message and in a handwritten letter. Guarantee the handwritten letter will be appreciated 10 times more. Why? Because effort and romance. If you could preferably send that by messenger pigeon too, that'd be great. Number 3, no girl will ever tell you because 1, it makes her look psycho, and 2, if she tells you, it means you're doing it because you have to, not because you want to. Okay, here's the 411. She wants you to be her cheerleader. Not in a weird roleplay way, unless that's what you're into, no judgment. Be her biggest supporter. New Instagram post? Like, comment, share to story. She wants to feel like you're proud to be with her. And if she's protective, she low-key wants every girl to know that you're taken. Number 4, family guy. And no, I am not talking about Peter Griffin. But if you actively try to build a good relationship with her family, there is a science to it and she will fall for you even more. You should be warned it does come with side effects though, including but not limited to internal ovary combustion, broodiness, and high risk of pregnancy. Oh, and this next one might just have your girl hinting at a proposal for the next 1 to 5 years. Hear me out, okay? He's a 10, but he puts surprise dates in your shared Google Calendar. It's off the charts. A guy who's romantic and considers her schedule and takes the lead to plan dates Niagara Falls. It's giving here's a dress, be ready at 7 kind of vibes, which you should know is every woman's wet dream. The Invention of Lying is ironically a film about only being able to tell the truth, which is absolutely something you should do. Here's the thing, okay? All women are programmed to be undercover FBI agents. In the unlikely event she doesn't already know that you are lying, she will find out in the next 0.5 seconds. So just do yourself a favour and just conserve the energy you'd be expelling from the hole you'd be continuously digging. Because even if you think you got away with it, it will come back like a boomerang and slap you in the face. Last but not least, we have the American Dream. Only use this if you are serious about this goal. F-boys, I am looking at you. Talking about the future and letting her know that you see her in it will likely have a happy ending, if you know what I mean.